What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
This is Not Another Damn Podcast. Presented by Damn Cells. What episode now?
143.
Good, because I didn't know. Thanks for reminding. Hey, got to shout out the lovely jazz creator of J-Scope.
Hey, girl.
First fitness belt that covers your entire midsection and provides 100% comfort during your workouts.
Yes.
I saw you do your thing last weekend during All-Star.
Yeah.
Jazz repped hard, yeah.
Absolutely.
Nice, huge J-Scope weekend.
That was what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we're back to our regularly scheduled programming because got all that All-Star out of the way.
Pretty much.
Which was cool, but I'm kind of glad it's over because it was a lot.
It was kind of
and I didn't even do that much, and it was a lot. So I can only imagine. I got cast that had like 10, 11 events. I had
gosh.
A couple of events, yeah. So I can only imagine what they were going through.
I saw some of my timeline of people who tried to go out to like the after parties and stuff like that, and then the next day they was like, oh, I'm too old for this now.
Got you. Mm-hmm.
You know how it is. Mm-hmm. It's like we're not 25 no more, like I always say jokingly, but you know.
I'm gonna put the cherry on top of my All-Star weekend. Somebody may or may not have snatched my All-Star days. I'm not gonna go into the details on that. All I know is I got a package missing somewhere.
But we're detectives over here and not another damn podcast.
We're gonna get to the bottom of that. So if I get an update on what happened to the package,
and I wish it was video because I'm doing the I am watching you. Yeah. I'm doing that. But no, seriously.
Well, we got a lot of places we can start here.
Yes. We could start high since this just happened. And we are nearing the end of our Black Pride Month.
I want to talk about the Image Awards.
Yes, we could talk about the Image Awards since they did just go down this past weekend. And we are nearing the end of February. So
some of the big names I want to shout out. Shout out Lizzo, first of all, Entertainer of the Year. That was huge for her.
That was.
Shout out Riri. She got that.
The President's Award. Nice, yeah. And her speech, I was like, OMG, when she did her speech.
White people walk with us, basically.
Exactly. Like she called it out. And that's what you need because it's like, real talk, the Underground Railroad would not have happened if we didn't have white allies. Mm-hmm. So we need you to be our ally. Like, yeah, you don't know our struggle. Knew that.
That's why he was like, he's trying to, I'm meet with these presidents and all that stuff.
Right.
You gotta have these.
You gotta be our ally
to get a civil rights bill passed. Right. You can't just be out in the hood doing that.
Right.
I gotta meet with these presidents and these politicians.
Us as black, like we only just can't sell and cater and do stuff to us because if we only concentrate on us, like I mean, you can
separate is not equal. They tried that during Jim Crow, separate but equal. It was separate, but it wasn't equal.
Exactly.
They tried that in Jim
At
Crow.
All.
It didn't work.
It was not equal at all.
That's what Jim Crow was all about. Yeah, separate but equal. Mm-hmm. Yeah, separate but not equal is what it really was.
Exactly. Underfunded, underprivileged, lesser quality, lesser quantity. Like, it was just really just not. And I'm glad that Rihanna called it out. She was like, look, walk with us. You know, you need to be there. Like for us, you know, you see your friends, you know, you see us protesting, you be out there, you see us posting, you share that post, you share that tweet, you do that, you do these things. How can you help? This is how you can help. Mm-hmm. Real talk.
Yeah, Rihanna was dope. Shout out young Marsai Martin.
Yes, I love her.
3-time NAACP award winner.
I love it because like, every time like she went, like her face always just looks like I won. Like she always looks so surprised. Like I love her. She's just such a great role model. Like, when me and Ari were watching it, and I'm like, that's a role model for you. I was like, look up to her.
Got a low-key dope cast.
They do.
Her and Yara. They both of them.
And, of course, Miss Tracee Ellis Ross. Fabulous.
Once again, won. Yeah.
Fabulous. And Mr. Anthony Anderson. Fabulous.
Blackish dominated that show.
And then everybody's Black Mamba, Jennifer Lewis. We love her.
Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, they dope as hell.
But gotta get young.
Deion Cole. Shout out. Chi-Town.
Homie,
Chi-Town right there. Yeah.
We gotta get Young Junior and Jackson awards now.
Yeah, we do.
Get the boys. The girls are dominated.
The girls are dominated.
We gotta get them boys some politics.
Right.
Because the girls are doing more like Yara got her own show now, and then Marseille's doing movies like the boys.
And Yara is a spokesperson for Coach, because I saw her ad for Coach.
That's why they're getting more attention because they're doing more stuff now.
Right. And Marseille is the youngest executive producer in Hollywood. I think she's is the youngest now.
That sounds about right.
So at 14 years old, she's an executive producer. That's so badass. Like, you just think about how badass that is. This 14-year-old beautiful black girl is just making moves. She's on her road to be like, she could be a billionaire in like 10 years. She could.
Look at
She could be a billionaire in 10 years.
Almost there.
Yep.
Like that Fenty shit, man.
Fenty and Savage, her lingerie, like her
Riri
makeup
is almost there.
Because
she's over $500 million.
I don't even wear makeup like that. But when I saw Rihanna and I saw her makeup line, because it is really all inclusive. Like, it does cover every shade of the rainbow. It does. And you need that. Like, especially us as African American women, we find it hard to find stuff that looks good on our skin. We find it hard to try to fit into.
So Rihanna saw a void there. She said, hey, I'm going to jump in there.
And with the Savage, with the body stuff, it's like her body. Like, she has, stuff that goes and caters to, like, plus size. And it's like, and you don't see that all the time.
Goes back to Lizzo.
Exactly.
Yeah. See, we ain't do it this.
Like, I like Lizzo. I like what she has going with the body positive, because it is.
Here's the thing with Lizzo. I think she'd be Lizzo no matter what size she was. Is like,
she just has a larger than life. Like, no pun intended, but she just has a larger than life personality. She's just exuberant.
If she was
effervescent.
120, she'd be the same as what she's like the size she is now.
That's she's just
like very charismatic and confident. That's just who Lizzo is.
And I like that, because so many times, like, women
wish
are
she would
told.
have performed, though. That'd have been dope.
Yeah, because so many times women are told that if you're not a size 6, that you have to just sit in the back and be quiet. And it's like, who is, like, in Hollywood, size 6 is average, and I'm a size 6. That's very small. Like, come on, I'm not average size. I'm just not average size. I won't even say I am.
Who? A white girl?
Exactly. Like, if I go to Hollywood, I hate you.
Shout out AJ and Monique and Baby Boy.
And then, of course, my Mama Angela won.
Oh, the legend. Living legend, what we call her.
I was like,
living legend, baby.
And I love her, too. Love Angela. Love her.
Michael B. Jordan did his thing.
Woo!
Yes.
And Jamie
Foxx, yeah.
And the way Jamie was just like praising Michael, like that's what you want to see, brothers.
Bring the next guy up, next generation.
That's what you want to see. But so many times, black men, we don't show that emotion, and I love to see that a black man showing that emotion and giving props to this brother. Like, this is my brother. I love you. That's what you want to see.
Still waiting to see that Killmonger versus Electro. Make it happen, man. Let's make it happen, Marvel. There you go. They both played Marvel villains. Two black Marvel villains right there. There you go.
Because the way Jamie was just praising him, and then Michael was just like, oh, you could see him just blushing, like, man, like, come on, man. And it was just it's
a good night.
Really good night.
Shout out who didn't win, but The Breakfast Club was nominated.
Okay.
For because they air on Revolt, so they got nominated for. I forget the category. Right? My bad. I should look it up. Probably reality or something like that. But they did get nominated. Shout out DJ Envy and his wife Gia. They did the red carpet. So I started thinking. I said, if they win, I'm part of the Breakfast Club because I claim to be an NAACP award winner if it wins. I started thinking that. I was like,
that's part of your.
Could I take credit for that too?
Your accolades, right?
So I'm technically part of that show. So I was like, if
technically,
it wins, could I put that in my bio and see the NAACP award winner? Like, could I put that? But it didn't happen anyway. So. But DJ Envy posted a dope thing on his page right after he said yesterday didn't win an NAACP award, but still walked away with the trophy. A picture of him and his wife. So
well,
there it is. Yeah, and his wife is not ugly.
And then, look at them. All right,
Black
very
love.
handsome couple. I like it. I like it. Yeah, they looking like real Barack and Michelle in there. Okay, I see you. And then, of course, my favorite. Jill Scott. When Jill came out and sang,
did all the classics. That was dope.
Because I missed the concert because right now she's doing her 20th anniversary of Who is Jill Scott Volume 1, which came out in 2000, yes. And
she did.
It got me through
The
college.
Way was one of the songs she did up there.
And she did Do You Remember Me? And that had like a real D'Angelo feel. Because I remember when I first heard that, I was like, oh, this is like D'Angelo. I was like, oh, I like this. But yeah, Jill was dropping that heat. Her did her thing with
Marley.
Marley.
I don't remember which
I forgot his first name. I forgot his name, but he's one of Bob Marley's children.
Yeah. I know her. I know that song. That's the one she has with YG. Slide is what's called. I don't know the name of the Marley joint. I don't really follow him like that.
And then she did her thing. But then also the thing that always gets us when they do in memoriam, and you get to look back on the year, because some people you may have forgotten had passed
that
away.
died early in the year.
Yeah. And then you look back and you're like, oh.
Because the big ones, of course, everybody remembered. Like Kobe just happened. And Janae Dubois, we're going to talk about in a little bit.
And
Nipsey, like the big ones, everybody remembers.
John Singleton.
The big Diane Carroll, the legend. Like the big names, you remember some of the smaller ones. I forgot about. So.
And as they were building, like I like that when they showed John Witherspoon, he got like a real nice. Because they were like, woo! And they showed him. He threw that bang, bang, bang.
Got a nice one. Nip got a nice one.
Yeah. And then Paula Kelly is another one who recently just passed away.
Peggy Leggy from Uptown.
When I was trying to describe who she was, I was like, she was Ola E on Sanford's son. And then Marcus was like, what? And I was like, the one where I was like, when he was African, and then he was like, okay, and then he still was kind of, and then when I showed her picture, he was like, that's Leggy Peggy from Uptown Sanford.
Marcus knows that, 'cause he saw that stuff when he was Ariana's age, so he knows that,
He was like, why did you say Leggy Peggy? I was like, oh shit, well. He's like, if you would have said that, I would have knew it was Leggy Peggy. Definitely. And then he started correlating.
That's what I know her from too.
Yeah.
Little Seymour and Big Percy. Let's go.
He's like,
my favorite
what
scene
she
in the
said,
movie.
he was like, she like,
Richard Pryor, Sharp Eye Washington. He wasn't no Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor played the fake ass Private Eye. That movie was lit, man. I'm telling you, think about the legends that were in that movie.
Yeah.
At Cosby, at Portier, Belafonte, Calvin Lockhart. It was
Harold Nicholas.
Harold Nicholas. There's some legends in that movie.
It was,
It was lit, man.
Kind
the
of
late Paula Kelly.
Yeah, it was.
Who's still around in that? Just Cosby and Portier might be it. That might be it.
Might be it.
Because I'm trying to think. There's probably some other smaller characters that are still around, but. Yeah.
And then one, like I said, and we're going to talk about Miss Janae Dubois.
Absolutely, from that same era.
And for you guys, Living Under the Rock.
Miss Jefferson's theme, that's her. She wrote and performed
it. On up.
Fish don't fry in the kitchen. That's her.
That's her singing, yep. And when you look back, Walona was such a great character, just in every sense of the word, because she was your fast auntie before it was a fast auntie.
She was the original fast auntie.
She was your, she gave tea before it was tea, because Walona had all of it. Walona would be like,
James,
girl.
Like, oh, here it comes.
She'd be like, girl.
Here comes the Daily Report. Like, James would always, talk shit about her when she'd come and drop the tea.
And I saw I think it was TV1, they did a nice thing on their Facebook. They basically did every walk-in of Walona.
Because she'd always barge in.
And it was about 6 or 7 minutes long. It was from every single episode she was in.
Walona was Kramer before Kramer. There you
go.
So there it is. It started with Walona, the barge in.
Hey, girl.
Just like
hey, Flo.
Just like living single came before Friends. Walona came before Kramer. There you go. She did it first. The barge in.
You learn, Kramer. You learn.
Kramer did the barge in like 2 decades or a decade later, something like that. Yeah, it was like about a decade.
Urkel did the barge in too. Even
Urkel was part of that. Yeah. The barge, like characters that never knocked, just walked in.
You have a key, you lock your door. You live in the projects in Chicago, but you don't lock your door.
Barged in. Never saw her once knock all those times.
That was Cabrini Green, right?
Yeah, the Cabrini.
Yeah, you lived in Cabrini Green in Chicago in the 70s.
Even back then, Cabrini was bad.
Right, you did.
Wasn't like it was decent. Because the projects weren't always as bad, but by then they were pretty bad. By the 70s. Maybe in the 60s they were okay. Right. By the 70s they were already pretty bad. By then. Yeah.
And she would come in, hey,
they got worse by the time we came along, but they were pretty bad in the 70s.
And then she also was a pioneer in this, where she adopted a child. So showing that a black woman,
a single
black woman adopt a child, and then
she didn't have any kids of her own, so she adopted.
And Peggy was a preteen, so it's like. That was also kind of unheard of.
An older kid.
Yeah, she was about, 11 or 12?
Yeah, most people adopt babies. She adopted an older kid.
Exactly.
Which is even now is still rare. Like people, because people want to raise. People want the baby. They want to raise.
They want the cute little baby. And you want to raise it.
And they all but once kids a little older, especially the ones that are in the system, they usually get troubled.
Right.
So a lot of people don't want to deal with the troubled kids. They want the babies because there's less baggage. Yeah. So
they showed that on an episode of A Different World when
Freddie and them were running
Roger Guenveur Smith, his character.
Kind of
Yeah,
kid.
Alex, the little boy's name was
Yeah,
Alex.
it was some kind of adoption fair or some shit.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Yeah,
Everybody was trying
everybody
like
wanted
adopt.
babies and nobody wanted him
Yeah,
because he was like about 9 or 10.
yeah,
or
he was
something like
about
that,
9. Yeah, but it was groundbreaking to see Walona adopt Penny, who was Miss Janet Jackson.
Young Janet.
And
When I first started liking Janet, it was when I saw it.
Your crush.
Who was that? Yeah. Like, who's the girl? So that was the first crush I ever had was Janet Jackson. There it is, Janet
Miss
Jackson.
Jackson, if you're nasty.
My first crush, my earliest memory. First time I liked the girl was her.
So now you got to
When
tell her.
the girls are icky at first. That's the first girl I liked. I was like, okay, I like.
So now you got to tell her when you meet her.
Absolutely, yeah. You're my first crush.
And she'll
ever.
probably go, "Aw."
Hey, she wiped Kendra's tears. Yeah. I ain't gonna cry like Kendra. I'm gonna try not to.
Well, if Janet give you a hug and a kiss on the cheek, you'd be like,
I got a hug from Thelma, so now I gotta get one from Penny. Get one from Thelma when she was at the station. So there you go.
Ghost prize. But yeah, though we do remember Miss Janae Dubois / Miss Walona
And
Woods.
some of the best, like, because as a whole, season 5 was pretty much trash. On good time, the best episodes were the introduction of the Penny character.
Yeah.
There was a 4-part episode where they introduced basically from her introducing to like Walona taking her in. Yeah.
Taking custody of her.
And
yeah.
like it was well written because like even like Penny's biological mom played by Chip Fields,
who was Kim and Alexis Fields' mother.
Yeah, she made her sympathetic. You could tell that she was a young mom and like she was figuring it out. So she probably came from an abusive home, like so she abused her kids. It's like, yeah. So it's
and that's the reference of whenever you see a child get burned by an iron, that's the Good Times reference.
Yeah, Penny's mom will pull the iron. And the young Janet was like showing her acting chops there. No, Mama, please, I'm sorry. You see the tears welling up. I'm like, okay.
And then
Janet
she burned
had
her.
some acting chops.
And then she almost broke her arm and just really bad. This
is a great art. But then when she gave her speech, it's like she had her monologue about like, well, I got outside my end. Who tell me to help? Like she had her like monologue. And it brought some sympathy on her character too.
And that's how
well written. Like
that's
that
how you say you know that a person,
the character
like
was well written. Yeah.
A good bad guy is one that you can empathize with also because if it's just like handlebar mustache, that's not a good bad guy.
When she finally just walked out because she said, "I can't do it," it's like I can't offer nothing for you. It's like I got to get myself right, so that's why she ran out on Penny.
Yeah. And John Witherspoon was on an episode when like they raided her house.
They brought her character back.
They brought character back and they raided
that episode. I didn't care for as much. The original episode.
I want to mention John Witherspoon.
That one was like they could have kept that one. Well, dude wants to mention Pops, I guess. Which they also starred on Wayans Brothers, and they played Grandma, Sean and Marlon.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, she was their grandmother. Yeah, so they were connected again. Yeah. They
worked together years later in the '90s on Wayans Brothers. She also played Grandma on the PJs as well too.
Yeah,
PJs was the Boondocks before the Boondocks.
It was. Yeah,
it was kind of that. It was the world wasn't ready for PJs at the time. That's why I think it flopped.
Right.
Because it was basically about growing up in the hood.
In the projects, yeah.
Like
Eddie PJs was the project,
was the protagonist. I think what's her name? Loretta Devine.
Loretta Devine was the mom. Yeah, she was the mom.
Janae Dubois was grandma on there. It's like the PJs was dope, man. It's
and they
one
had
of them shows you should
and
probably
they had a
look
dope
up
song with
rewatch
Q-Tip and Raphael Sadiq.
Yeah, nice soundtrack.
That was a dope song.
Yeah, get involved.
Get involved. Yeah. Still beats to this day. I still love this. DIQ still beats to this day. Look it up. It still beats.
But that's one of those shows that people weren't ready for. It came out like the mid-90s, yeah. So if it come out a decade later, people would have like when Boondocks came.
And then it was like the cool anime because it was like the death match, like celebrity, because it was like the claymation. So it was like, you know, I like different type of animation.
I remember the show getting criticized a lot. I remember liking it. I was like, I think it's pretty good.
Right, because I watched it and I thought I didn't see anything wrong with it, but then people were like panning it. The critics were like, it was so bad. I'm like, I don't see.
And even some of our people were trying to say it was like demeaning. It's like, how is it demeaning? So just digs going dig. You know, leave it at that. Or love tearing down your own people. That's what I'm saying.
All I keep on saying, I don't see Italians getting mad about Sopranos. Do we have any Italian American friends here?
PJs comes on.
They don't get mad at these Sopranos. Forget about it.
Making us look bad.
Right? They don't get mad about that. You write about what you know and what you see, and
Like I said, it had a talented cast. I thought the show was pretty good, but that's just me. Where we go?
Do you want? We could touch.
I got a couple of.
We could touch on this silly shit real quick.
What's up?
Since she's kind of, image aware, like, she's done the Soul Train Award several times. She's hosted Miss Badu. Miss Badu's
Did we talk about this? Oh no, we touched
on it, but it got released because she was just in the talk saying that she was in the process of releasing her vagina incense incense, and it's called Badussy. Badu-ussy. Badu's pussy. Yes.
Should've ripped off Bernie Mac.
Pretty much.
I hope the state of Bernie Mac is a cut of this, man. Mac family, y'all need to get in on that shit.
I think it's what it said, Badu-ussy. Like the way it looked like it said Badussy. I was like, that's Bernie Mac. But
I really hope they get a cut of that.
So Erica released her vagina smelling incense, and 19 minutes after it went live, it sold out.
I don't know what clowns bought that.
So apparently somebody bought it up in 19 minutes.
A bunch of perverts out there, man.
My thing about that whole situation,
if somebody has this, it's like, follow me at Ozman the Wizard, because I just want to interview comment and like that's like, hey, does this remind you of anything? Light it. I'm gonna light it in front of comment. Yeah. Like, does this aroma remind you of anything? Yeah, we feeling nostalgic right now.
And he'll start saying, "There are times where you need."
Yeah, he started singing. What's the
Come close.
No. What's the one? Love of my life. That's the one. Say, what's the song they did back then?
I said the light because she was in the video for the light with him. Yeah, she was in the video for the light.
Love of my life was one.
Yeah, they did that song together. Yeah, but my thing about the whole instance is that, and like the way that she's like quoted and saying, she's like, well, people say that my stuff changes men and everything, so. My whole thing is, don't buy into your hype. It's like, I'd rather just be a myth than make my myth a reality. I think it's funner to just be like the myth of like, does Badu change men? Rather than me put it out there and like, yeah, you can see if I change men. You see what I mean? Let the myth just live.
What this tells me is that Badu might be having money problems. It was a money grab. That's what I'm looking at it at.
Good, because the instance they said it was like $50 a pop.
It's a money grab. That's what I'm looking at. I don't know her finances or nothing like that, but it's been a long time since she had a hit record. So the music business is pretty shady. Y'all know what her deal was. Like, shout out Khalees. Like, she had a pretty shitty deal early. Badu's first deal could have been crappy too. I don't know. It's like, yeah, so
right.
Badu might have needed the money. It's why she did this shit. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there, speculating. She could be sitting on millions. I don't know. But yeah, it could have been a money grab.
I know a thing that she has been doing. They said that since she stepped away from music, they was like, she has been being a doula. Like, she is doing that, so she's helping women birth their children. Yeah, and that fits right into like, I was like, I so can see that, her being a doula. Can you imagine like, you about to give birth and then Erykah Badu is your doula? That'd be pretty awesome. Yeah.
And she did put that video out a few years ago singing on the street. She made like $5 or something like that. So maybe so that video started when she really trying to sing up some money. I don't know. I think she made more than Brandy, at least, because Brandy did it. So there you go. Man. So what's up with all the 90s? Yeah, Mike Love wouldn't have even gave her a dime and shit. Yeah. Mike Love would have asked her for some money. And I hope he hears this. He will, because he listens and shit. Listen to our dope ass levels and shit on this podcast.
Happy birthday, Mike Love, by the way. Happy birthday.
54.
Yes.
I saw you with the Horace Grant jersey on for your profile pic.
Yes, 5'4". Ooh. But yeah, happy birthday, Mike Love.
You should have took a trip to Vegas at Studio 54. There you go. See?
Just make it 54 all around.
Make it happen, yeah.
What else is 54? I don't know. I was about to think of something. I can't think of nothing now.
I know he had the Grant jersey. That's what. So I'm old, so I know that's why I got it.
Yeah, because I got the reference when I saw Grant. I was like, yeah, fit Grant. And then somebody put a gif of Horace Grant looking like shaking his head. But I think that Badu should just...
Shout out Jack Haley, too, who wore that jersey for one game.
But no.
He wore it for one game, so it's Horace Grant's number.
Exactly.
Jack Haley wore it one day. So there you go.
He's a buster.
He played one game.
But I think that she should
rest in peace, Jack Haley too.
No. I think that she should have just left it alone.
I think it was a money grab.
I think that she should have just left it because now it's like the myth is not a myth anymore. You know what I mean? It's fun to just speculate about her.
So now people are going to like it like I don't feel nothing. Yeah, right. I don't get it. Before you wondered, it's like okay, you get some of that. Like what's really going to happen? Because
you said
I looked in her eyes.
You looked in her eyes and you said that
2004 Grammy.
You almost got hypnotized.
We're walking in together.
He said she looked there.
I see a giant fro, and I looked, Erica. And she heard me, I guess. So she looks, she smiles. And I was like, okay, yeah.
You didn't look too long because you would have got trans then. Oz could have been walking around in crochet sandals. And
I'd have went after that. I'd have got me some.
No, but you would have been weird as hell probably now.
I'd have been singing, Love of My Life.
Oz would have had the braided beard with like the bead on the bottom.
Looking the locks weird. With the blonde tips and shit on them like that. I had braids, so I probably would have died. You know, a little like blonde they put on. You know, when they dip
who are
them,
you anymore?
Dip your braids.
Who are you, Oz? My name isn't Oz anymore.
Let's move on. I got nothing. Want to talk about guess who's back? Back again. Blago's back out of jail. Blago's back. Yeah, President Trump he pardoned Blago, so he's
commuted him. Yeah.
And then when I saw that, I didn't get why all of the black people on my timeline were celebrating this. I said, y'all must not remember what a fucking douchebag this guy was. Y'all don't remember the Blago I remember from back in the day.
And my thing that I just keep on when I talk about Blago, because Blago was before I became a state worker. Because by the time I became a state worker, Pat Quinn was my governor. Yeah, he was my governor.
Blago went to jail post Obama.
Exactly.
So Obama, he's tried to sell Obama's seat. That was like, so it was like 09, 010 when all of that was going on.
Right.
It was way before you started with this.
Yeah. So it was like right before I kicked in or whatever. But my thing I always say about Blago, I was like, I don't think, should he have went to jail? Absolutely. Should he have gotten 14 years? I don't think he should have gotten 14 years. Because I think that was a little bit long.
I don't feel bad about it.
I think
nice to see a white man get a longer sentence. Like
I don't think that, because I mean, it's like.
Typically it's us, we get them unfair sentences.
Because I mean, it's like, it's real people doing real crimes that deserve to, you know what I mean? Like, you're taking the spot from like real criminals. That's why I'm like, let's send real criminals in. Him getting the 8 years, I'm totally fine with that. So him getting out, I'm like, okay. I've always said this about Blago. Like, yeah, he was a little crooked, but all of them are crooked. So I was like, he tried to sell Obama's seat, which was crooked, so...
That's just Illinois politics.
He's a little crooked.
That's why George Ryan, before him, he did a bid because he was taking bribes and shit.
Yeah, he was a little crooked. But he did get the children. He was the one who put all the children to have medical. He did push that Blago. So so that's a good thing. I said that's like a good thing he did about pushing for the kids
all
to get medical.
Do something good. Trump lowered our taxes. all politicians do something good. I'm thinking presidents like Blago. Can you imagine President Blago?
Yeah. Yuck.
What a clown show that would have been. What if he had run instead of Obama?
But then he came out and his hair was white now. I was like, okay, he got like he got still plush hair, but it's white now. I was like, okay.
He couldn't afford his hair dye in prison. That's why
it's totally white, but it was still there.
It probably was white then, but he was dyeing it.
So, I mean, maybe that is all his hair because I thought it was a rug. I've been saying it was a rug, but then it still was like the same thickness, but it's white now.
Well, I'm saying I remember him being an arrogant douche back then, and he proved me right when he went on Anderson Cooper. So.
Why Anderson Cooper chair?
I was like, this is the Blago I remember. Like, I was like, well, I don't know why my timeline is celebrating this. I remember being an arrogant douche.
My thing is, why did Anderson Cooper hand him his ass on live TV? I want
Blago on this podcast. It's not going to happen, but I would love it. But guess again, I'm tagging his ass. He might not even have social media. When did he go to jail again? Was social media out there?
It was in its infancy. It was in its early stages. Facebook was in its early stages. Yeah.
He's finding his douches, yes.
But Blago, when I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh. When Anderson Cooper went in on him. And then Blago tried to do the thing about that. Jesus. Yes, I know about the thing because
he claims he compared himself to Nelson Mandela. No. What the fuck are you talking about?
When he said the thing about that. He's a prisoner of what?
A political prisoner.
A political prisoner.
Oh, your shithead that tried to get away with something.
Like, and then people just come out saying white privilege. Example, white privilege. Like when someone asks you what's white privilege, just show them that. That's your example. That's your example. He's like, because I understand the conditions of prison because since I've been there and this and that, and the way he was like trying to talk about. And then Anderson called about saying that, yeah, but when you were governor, you could have gave clemency to like people for lesser crimes, but then you didn't do that to black and brown people.
Facts.
You talk about the black and brown people trying to serve and help the black and brown people who are in jail.
How many people did he give clemency when he was a governor?
Exactly.
George Ryan cleared death row like before he went to jail, so he did his part. I was just saying, everybody's on death row like he cleared it. He commuted. He cleared out death row.
He said that, yes, and that he said he was a political prisoner. I don't remember
doing anything like that.
I laughed out loud when he said that. I was like, "Get the hell out of here! How do you think that you're any type of like you're a sacrifice, like that you suffered? Like, yes, I suffered. I know what it's like.
I can go on record and say, which a lot of people I know can't say, I never once voted for that dude." I can go on record because during the primaries, which I was still living in Illinois when he first ran, because then I moved to Indiana temporarily. Right. So when the primaries, I voted for another candidate. I didn't vote for him. And then by the time the general, I was already gone, so I didn't vote that general. By the time I came back, I knew he was a deuce. So I voted for his opponent in those elections. By the time I moved back to Illinois, like 05, yeah. So I had at least one election in there. I think 06, because I think I voted. It was one election I voted for in him, and I voted for his opponent, who I don't even remember who it was.
Blago.
I know I didn't vote
Not
for
Blago.
So I said I could go back. Honestly, said I never voted for Blago.
At the end, when Anderson Cooper dropped it, he said, "Well, you're on bullshit." Basically, he said bullshit. Cause like I'm sorry. Did he just say bullshit on TV? He was like, "You're on bullshit."
Thanks.
But for you to
I hope all you gotta do to complete it now is create a Twitter and go and say hello Twitter world. Like OJ when he got out of jail, he created Twitter. Hello Twitter world.
Nobody, absolutely nobody.
He got like 1 million followers like one day. I'm not following him, but a lot of people I refuse to follow OJ Simpson. I might follow Blago just for shits and giggles.
And then he had the press conference in his living room after he got he is like such a dick. He's a dick.
Fucking douche, man.
It's so bad that you can't help but like all you can do is just laugh. You can't even get mad. You can't even get mad. That's why
it's funny now because obviously, then again, Marion Barry got back in office, so anything's possible. Because Blago's career, I'm pretty sure is over, so it's funny now. If he runs again, then it won't be funny. But I'm pretty sure his political career is over. Like I wouldn't. If anybody what's his name tried to run again with Mel Reynolds tried to run against Jesse Jackson, whose career also is over. Jesse and Sandy, yeah, these Illinois fucking politics. I'm saying whether it's Mel Reynolds, whether it's the Jacksons. Whether it's Blago, whether it's George Ryan, whether it's William Beavers. That's why I was so nervous about Obama. I was like, 8 years with no scandals. Thank God. Because I kept waiting for the scandal. Because Illinois politics said, well, okay, year 6, we good. Year 7. And finally, I was like, okay, any minute now. I knew something was just going to come up in his past that he did while he was in Illinois as a senator. So, or when he was a community organizer. I knew some bullshit was going to
come out. No affairs, yes. No bullshit, yes.
Did he take money from somebody?
Right.
Did the Klan bribe him? There was some dumb shit. I said something is going to happen. It's like, but it didn't. I'm like, thank God. Like, because Illinois politics ain't shit.
It's not. In Illinois, they said that that Chicago got voted the most corrupt city in the state.
No surprise there.
And wasn't ranked in the country.
What's his name? He's got his ass out of there. Rahm Emanuel.
Rahm Emanuel said.
Especially when that started hitting the fan with Rahm, because that was Barack's boy. Said, please don't let nothing come out of Barack. When Rahm got the fuck out of there, he said, okay, like this. He felt that hammer coming down. Said,
I think that's why he got out so fast, because like Rahm would have easily won again. He would have easily won.
Yeah, like
he easily would have won.
You think Lori Lightfoot had a chance against Rahm? No,
Lori Lightfoot
or Bill Daley,
what's her name? Preckwinkle. Yeah, no, hell no. Queen Sugar,
McCarthy, no. Like none of these folks would have.
None of them would have won at all. But the fact that he just like abruptly, and I'm like,
I'm not running for a third term. All them other candidates like Willie Wilson said, All of them.
Wilson said, I'm gonna run. Well, I'm gonna run.
All of them. And still lost. You can't beat Lori Lightfoot. You suck. Like, Willie Wilson doesn't ever need. And nothing against Lori, but nobody knew who she was. Willie Wilson been running for mayor for years, and she came out of nowhere and won that shit. So I think Willie Wilson just needs to retire from politics.
Willie Wilson just needs to do what he does. Like, I mean, he does his philanthropy stuff, and I appreciate all the stuff he does and everything, the good and the hood. Just keep doing that. Do what you do, bruh.
And I know this is not a political podcast, but it's political season, so we're going to talk some shit about this. So let's shift gears to the Democratic primary.
Yes.
Looks like Bernie Sanders took Nevada.
Yes.
So they didn't job him on that one. It's like,
because they said that
he probably won Iowa, but like they cheated. They gave it to Buttigieg. I think he probably really won that. Yeah. They don't want Bernie to get that nomination. Because
they was like Buttigieg just beat him out by like 2 points. No,
and that could be like a computing error. Exactly. So like that's pretty much a tie.
And then he won convincingly New Hampshire, and then he definitely won Nevada because they was like he was more than it was like more than double.
They called it for him early.
Yeah,
like way early. He said, "Oh yeah, Sanders is taking Nevada." Like
because it was like
probably like halfway through the count they called it for him.
Yeah, and they was like people in our age group. They was like 6 out of 10 of them voted for Sanders. People our age group, yeah. So,
but this is starting to get really interesting. I still don't know who's going to take this Democratic nomination. It's
burn, baby, burn. Come on, let's burn.
Bernie, I think, is probably the one that's least corruptible. I would say. All these other ones,
it's like nothing that really. Like, I mean, like by no means, no one is perfect.
Yeah,
no
candidate is perfect.
No candidate is
they all
perfect.
Got skeletons.
But it's like Bernie, when you look at Bernie from 1975, 1985, 1995, 2005, you look at him, everything is still the same. Like his whole view about we need socialism. He's always been on the same thing.
Been progressive.
He's been progressive the whole time.
Where there's Mike Bloomberg's ass. No, he was
stop and frisk.
Yeah, and he was the Republican mayor of New York. Now he's running for president as a Democrat. I'm just saying.
And then whatchamacallit's ass, now he's trying to endorse Bloomberg, Clint Eastwood. Now he done left the Republican Party because
he don't like Trump anymore now.
But then again, he lectured the empty chair.
I talked to the chair about, hey, Mr. President, about Obama. Yeah. I think he was just going to see now. He thought Obama was really sitting there, I think.
I think it was the senior moment.
I think, yeah.
I do. That was a senior moment.
Clint Eastwood is like 80 now, so he was like 70 then. It's like, he's like, yeah, so, Mr. President, tell me what your foreign policy is.
Because it didn't bowl over well. Because I mean,
and he thought that shit was cool, but it bombed. Like only people that liked it were like Fox News, but they're senile too. So everybody else was like, nah, that sucked.
If I went to GP at All Star Weekend on the roast,
exactly, yeah,
because he was terrible.
Mm-hmm. Like, nah,
GP was terrible. Yeah,
nah, bruh.
That shit was awful. But no, though. But Bernie, if you look at his history, like Bernie, you can look up that he was on the front lines of civil rights because he actually got arrested at University of Chicago when he was out for a demonstration about trying to get equal rights. He was out there and got arrested protesting. He was out there marching with like the Dr. Kings and stuff. He was out there during that era.
Out there in
and you can actually see pictures of him out there
with MLK and Jesse.
Yeah, with him, and he had like it's obviously Bernie. He's just a lot younger, but he has like the black glasses on and everything in the picture and all that. But he has the same consistency about, like, I've always felt this way about something. Now, where it's getting tricky at Mr. Biden.
Joe Biden. I think he's finished because he's gaining no traction.
They was like he came in second for the Nevada thing because he was the one who
came up.
So they said that
he been getting his ass handed to him.
Right, because they said had he not done well in Nevada, then Biden
probably would have dropped.
That probably would have been it for him because he got pummeled. He's been getting like pummeled like bad.
And that's the guy who like on the polls before it came out said the guy the most able to beat Trump. He was the one. He can't even win a primary. Like, how you gonna beat Trump?
And especially that other lady when she came out. What's her name? Begin with the K. She came out and nowhere. She was higher than Biden. I'm like, who is she?
Who's that?
Amy something.
I forgot.
Whatever her name is. Yeah, I was like, who is she? I was like, how is she higher than Biden?
Yeah.
But Biden, they was like. Now he like has this story with like when he was in South Africa and then he said that he got arrested and then he was in jail and got arrested in South Africa.
He bloggled that shit
during the Mandela
Nelson
thing.
Mandela's cellmate is what he claimed.
Something like I gotta get the whole story, but it's something where like
He bloggled that
because
shit.
he did go on a trip to South Africa and like they was like even in his memoir he talks about his trip to South Africa, but he never mentioned anything about going out protesting and getting arrested because he was like he protested against apartheid or something like that. I think
that was big.
Yeah.
And, like, I remember when we were kids in the 80s.
Yeah, apartheid was a thing.
That was like near the end of apartheid.
Right, it was a thing. It was still,
which is basically a form of slavery, basically, for those that don't know. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he said that he was out there protesting on the forefront of it, and that he got arrested because of that. And now he's saying this story now, but they're like, but when you talked about this before, you never mentioned anything about getting jailed.
You never mentioned.
You just mentioned I was in South. I did my trip to South Africa.
You never mentioned about your political protest and political prisoner and all of that.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if something like that had wouldn't that be something you would definitely talk about?
Boy, you would have mentioned that back
exactly.
in like 08.
That's what I said. Exactly.
Back during the vice presidential debate.
You would mention that in your memoir because he wrote a memoir. You would have mentioned it in there.
Back when he was running that, he would have mentioned that.
So it's like people just find it peculiar that now you're just talking like now it's like you have this story about that you got arrested for doing a demonstration against apartheid.
Yeah, Biden's finished.
And they're like, wait, what is that? Like who?
Andrew Yang dropped out.
I saw he dropped out. Yeah,
no surprise there.
Yeah. People want that 1,200, whatever I want. People want that. Yeah. Because like every adult should just get 1,200, which is a yes and no. It's kind of like, you know.
But I don't know. This is a clown show. This thing.
I think the best. For me, I think the best ticket, which would be a good ticket that the Democrats, if they were smart, which they should do, is they should do a Sanders-Warren ticket. I think Sanders, President, Warren, VP. I think that would be a strong ticket.
Interesting.
I think it would.
Interesting.
Because I mean, Warren talked about them student loan forgiveness.
So then you'd have two progressives, or a hardcore progressive and a kind of a progressive together. Yeah.
Because I mean, we gotta be real. Like money is like people. Everybody need money. Like the majority of us is in that 98%. We ain't in that 2%. We in that 98. So
black people vote your interest.
We need money.
Don't just pick the one you think that at least don't pick the one that's not Trump. Vote your interest. Like who's gonna do the most for black folks? That's when you enter the voting booth. Have that in mind. Not like at least they not Trump. Like don't vote like that. Come on.
And then for you people, and this is
like
why
what's in it for black folks. And that might be the name of the podcast.
Exactly. What's in it for us? What's in it for us? Because like we nearing the end of Black History Month. What's in it for us?
Yes, that's when you enter the voting.
Real talk.
Like that.
It has to be that. Like we have to make it be like our voices matter. Our vote counts because too many times politicians, especially the Democrats, they look at us like, oh, well, we automatically have your vote because you're black and you're not going to vote Republican.
Black Voices Matter. That's the name. I love it. Yes.
Strong J. Strong J.
Black Voices
Black
Matter.
Voices Matter. They do.
Because, like, that's the thing with the Democrats just take the black vote for granted.
It is.
Who automatically going to vote because you see Democrat next to their name, no matter how, like I said, if Bloomberg would get the nomination or Biden, like black folks would still run and enthusiastically vote for that motherfucker.
Right, don't do that.
Like, that's my guy. Like, no, like if he sucks, man. Like Biden kind of sucks. It's like, like don't just give him your vote. Ask, okay, what are you gonna do for black folks? What are you
gonna do? And make that hold them accountable. You said that you're going to do this. How are you going to do that? Yeah,
why should I vote for you? And don't just say because you're not Trump. Why should I?
Oh, and that's another thing. Elizabeth Warren also talked about reparations. She talked about she's one.
Yeah, that's like, what's your plan? Do you have a reparations plan?
She talked about school, like getting rid of these the student loan. Getting rid of that, loan forgiveness. She talked about reparations. And like I always say, reparations, like necessarily, I don't think it should be in the form of monetary thing, but we should.
Give me my 40 acres.
We should go to college.
That land is what I want.
Give me some property. Give you a 750 credit score, stuff like that.
I said the college one. I like that. If you're black and American, you shouldn't have to pay for college.
Be part of reparations. Give me some Apple stock. something like that. Something that you can, that can build.
It's this book I've been reading about. Let me get the name of it. It's talking about
something that can build us, because it's like it's still stuff. And then people keep up with slavery ended this not so long ago, but we're still have the effects of slavery that affected us today.
The Color of Money. It's like this
book. The Color of Money.
Yeah. It's like
interesting.
It's dope. They've been talking about the black banking and all of that, and like black ownership and all of that. It's like how. That's what's going to set us free, not all this clown shit.
Yeah, because redlining, that actually happened.
Redlining is mentioned in the book.
Like, redlining, that's a real thing. It really happened. It was, like, going on in our parents' generation. Like, our parents can tell us about redlining. My mom told us about redlining.
Look it up.
Yeah, so it's like, it's stuff that happened that still can affect us today. So that's why it matters. Speaking of, going with this history lesson, you saw that... Oklahoma is now going to start teaching in their school system. They finally going to
start telling the story of Black Wall Street.
They're going to talk about it. And
Which is also mentioned in the book I mentioned.
And they are moving towards that. And I said, this is a great move. I said, but now that Oklahoma is trying to get in there, I think that it should be told across the country.
That's why it starts
universally.
There and then spread it.
It needs to be told.
Since it happened there, let's start there.
It needs to be told in every school. It needs to be taught, because too many people don't even know what Black Wall Street. They don't even know anything about that. The massacre that happened.
Start there and spread it, just like the Crown Act passed in California. Let's get that nationwide.
Exactly.
You can't just. It's like, why is that even a thing? Like, who said that at the NAACP award? I think Anthony Anderson said it.
I think
He's
so.
Like, why is that a thing? Like, why does it have to be a law?
He said that, because they were honoring. They were talking about Hair Love, because the fact that Hair Love won an Oscar.
And he mentioned the Crown and how California passed it. It's like, but the fact that they had to pass it is some bullshit. It's like,
right, basically.
Why is it legal to discriminate against somebody because of their hair?
Right.
Why do you have to put that? Why is that not just common sense? Why does it have to be a law in writing to say that don't discriminate against somebody because of their hair?
That's dumb.
Why does that have to be a like that?
Right, that's dumb.
That's how ridiculous
it is
like,
when you break it
that
down.
We have to put that in like. People are so racist. We have to put that in writing to tell you that hey, you can't discriminate against somebody because of their hair. That's how dumb the shit is. It's like
about my hair that comes out.
Somebody
my
shouldn't have to tell you
that.
It's just common sense. Yeah, somebody shouldn't have to tell you that shit.
So these kinks and coils that come out of my scalp naturally, I can't wear my kinks.
I wore cornrows for 15 years. Refused to cut my hair. I only cut it because I wanted to. If it was a job, you said I had to cut my hair. I was like, I don't want your job. Shove that job up your ass. Like I was like, I did that on purpose.
That's why I love the meme where it has in my natural hair group, it has like the girl, and then like they're like at the job interview, and then she has the flat iron, and then it's like when you get the job, and then she has to twist out. Like
Saw Colin Kaepernick.
Beta switch.
He started taking the knee. He took his braids out. He started rocking the fro. Cap switched that up.
Switched it
even early in his career, he wore his hair short.
He wore his hair short because like
and then later he had the long braids, and then near the end he said, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna rock my fro."
I didn't realize that he was black at first. When he had the low haircut, I just thought I didn't really think anything.
Caesar, like his
I really didn't think anything
when they
about
him.
him.
The Super Bowl the year when San Francisco got beat.
His name was
Kaepernick.
Colin Kaepernick.
How he looks and listen to his voice. Hi, I'm Colin Kaepernick. Yeah. So a lot of people didn't think about his ethnicity.
Right, I didn't think about his ethnicity. I really didn't. And then they were like, the black athlete. And I'm like, black. And I looked and I was like, I can kind of see it. And then when he like took his braids and had the front, I said, power to the people. Saw the fro, power to the people right there. But no, though.
Cap got his memoirs he's working on.
Yay!
So he's going to talk all about.
I'm going to read it.
He'll talk about everything that happened pretty much since 2016. That's what I want to hear.
Yes.
Exactly how the protest started. Like the whole. I want to hear that whole story. Like everything.
So now when that comes to Audibles, I know which I'm going to use my credit on. My free month credit.
The Cap book, baby. Speaking of books, shout out LeBron James. He got a children's book coming out.
Nice.
It's I Promise, kids book. So it's something to look forward for with Ariana and Khalil. You get that.
Yeah, I think I am gonna get that. Yeah.
LeBron is that's a big thing. Like say you do it with your kids, like reading with your kids. It's a good thing to do. So LeBron is putting out a book, about the.
It definitely helps them. You have to read to these children because their vocabulary, like, you just see how they articulate, and just when I talk to my children, like even my son now, like Khalil is,
he's talkative as
he's
hell.
like he's like putting together his sentences, and he's not even the way he's like he's articulating himself and everything. I'm
I
like,
saw
okay,
him earlier. He's like, "Hi, Uncle."
because he'll tell you, because like mom, when she see mom, like that baby can say all this, and I'm like, yeah, I talk to my children. I don't do the goo goo gaga boo boo poo. I don't do all that. No, I talk to them. You're gonna articulate your feelings. You're gonna tell me what's wrong, because I need to know if something is going on. You need to be able to tell me what's going on. So please read to your children. You please read to your children, people. And well, so this is a sad thing that I saw. Since we're talking about kid stuff, and a part of our childhood is just gone, and I never got to experience it. Now it's only Corner, Indiana. Indiana Beach announced that they are closing their park after nearly 100 years, and they just said that it's just not going to open. They just abruptly closed it. It's not going to open up for like a farewell last season. This summer,
Once again, you just told the whole story there.
It's closed.
Never went there, so I'm pretty sure we weren't the only ones.
Yeah.
We would hear those commercials all the time.
It's more than corn in Indiana. Because it's in Monticello, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're closing. I remember when Santa's Village closed years ago. I think they reopened like on a smaller small
I think
scale.
so,
It's
yeah.
like, yeah.
Dundee, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dundee. It's the amusement parks are they dying. It's
One
like,
making money is Disney.
Disney is,
And Universal Studios.
Yeah, Disney is making millions.
Which one cause you want to pay still? Six Flags.
So Six Flags, they pulled a Best Buy. How they were dying, but they kind of like rebranded themselves.
Yeah, they're doing okay. Six Flags. Yeah.
They rebranded them because it seemed like they were like on life support,
Yeah,
but
they
they pulled out. Which happens. You could be in a coma but pull out. That's what they Ric Flaired that shit. I ain't dead yet, motherfucker. Six Flags Ric Flaired it.
They did.
Because they were like dying at one point, but
They
that looks
were.
like they turned it around.
And that's a good now, like Best Buy, because Best Buy seemed like they were on the.
Yeah, Best Buy, because like Amazon was killing them, but then Best Buy rebranded. Say, okay, we're gonna focus on tech nerds.
Tech
I was
nerds,
like,
yeah.
we're not just gonna be a general market. We're gonna focus on people that are into tech. Like
Because you can
this.
get your tech stuff, like I said. We still go and get stuff at Best Buy. We do.
Most people just want a TVs, order that shit from Amazon, have it delivered. But yeah, it's like if you like really into like a gadget person, then okay, like tech people. That's we're gonna focus on them.
But when I saw that, they was like, yeah, and the fact that they was like, it's just like, because amusement parks are closed for the winter, but they was like,
That
yeah,
was never opening.
they're just
again.
not opening. Like they already started dismantling rides
the
and
rides
stuff, and
down.
I'm like, I think that they should have like had like a farewell thing, you know, but they like nope, because I think it was open 94 years, I want to say. So they had nearly 100 years that it was open, and I'm like, I never got to go. And that's just another thing that I'm like, I wish, woulda, shoulda, could,
Yeah, we were supposed to do it. We just never did.
Yeah.
Because like the station I'm with, we would give tickets away to that all the time. So we could have went for free. We just didn't feel like making that drive to Monticello.
Yeah, because how far was Monticello from Chicago?
It's a nice ride.
It's more than corn in Indiana. Yeah, because I always wanted to go and check it out, but
At least what's the name is still open in Rockford, Magic Waters, though.
yeah, which we got for the summer.
Yeah, they part of the Six Flags family now, so they
survived. Nice.
Yeah.
So they survived. Okay.
Six Flags took them over, so.
Now, Ari said she want to go.
Yeah, when she went one time, yeah.
She said, Mommy, can we go to the water park? I said, baby, it's winter. We're not going to the water park right now,
They're
baby.
not
It's
even
winter.
open until, like, I think Memorial Day is when they open.
Because that's the unofficial.
Like the end of May.
Yeah, that's the unofficial start of summer, Memorial Day. So
I think they close Labor Day, so I think that's when they're open between those.
Yeah, but sad news for us Midwest folks. So
now it's down to Disney dominating, obviously.
Yeah.
Six Flags surviving, and then
Universal Studios.
Universal, and then who's the one the company that owns Kings Island?
That one.
There's another company that owns parks and around the country too. But
yeah.
I think Kings Island and Cedar
Point,
they're all owned by the same company. That's like
I need to get to those.
That's the big four as far as with Disney being way ahead of those other three. That's the big four as far as like.
And
theme
I want to
parks
eventually
go.
get to Disney, but when the kids get a little
Disney ain't
older,
going nowhere,
yeah,
so
the
you
kids
do
when they
that,
get because Ariana keeps on wherever they show the Disney the castle.
So yeah, Magic Kingdom.
And she's like, "Mommy, I went out." Like, baby, I'm like, your brother's not big enough yet, and you got a plan for Disney. I looked up how much a family 4 costs to go to Disney. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to start saving now to go in like 3 years. Yeah, we're going to start saving now. Yeah. It's very expensive. So, to do what you want, to actually get the full, I'll rephrase that. If you want to get the full experience, the full deal, if you just want to go and not spend any money and just...
Oh, yeah, you could do it on a budget, but...
Right, but who wants to do that, right?
It's like going to a nice restaurant and just, like, ordering an appetizer.
Get an appetizer
like,
and water.
What's the point? Yeah, it's like, why even go there?
I'm going to Ruth Chris. I'm going to get these onion fries.
Or going to a Bulls game, or like we had said, All-Star and getting the SRO passes like that. That's when they say like Bulls tickets now because they suck. So like you see like said starting at $20, the $20 tickets are the standard SRO. Yeah, you can get into United Center for $20. Like parking costs more than $20.
I've been seeing $15. So I've seen like
so they probably even came down even more because like they really suck. So it was like
I've seen like $15.
You can get in
starting.
for like Yeah. So the parking costs twice as much of that.
Exactly.
It's like
parking is $30.
So you like, you get a pair of tickets for the same price as parking. That's how much the Bulls suck now.
Go Bulls though.
You saw they are because they looking at shaking up the front office. I guess that flyer Garpax chant got to him on first take. Thank you, Bulls fans.
We don't go for that
if
shit
it works,
in Chicago, we don't go for that.
Because they got embarrassed on the national level. Like, it's fine to chant that in town. It's like, but if you all with Stephen A. and on national TV, they started that flyer.
What they think is going to happen? Chicago is a mob city. We were founded by gangsters. Not being funny, we were.
But I did see Reinsdorf announce this week. It's like, yeah, he's looking at making changes in the front office. It's like, well, I guess that chant worked. It's like, they really do get fired, then hey.
And since we're talking about the Bulls, Players Tribune. Have you read the Players Tribune?
Nope.
2 former Bulls recently had articles in it.
Eddie Curry article I read, and Ben Gordon.
And Ben Gordon.
They both had hella stories.
Woo!
I have read both of those stories. I didn't realize it was Players Tribune.
That's what it was, Players Tribune.
I read both stories. The Eddie Curry one was super amazing. Gordon's too.
Both
Eddie's
of them.
was even more tragic to me for some reason, but Gordon had a great story too.
But both of them, because you just... And my thing is, you just never know
you wonder what because they both still pretty young guys too.
Yeah, because they're like around my age.
Yeah, they both still in their 30s.
They're around my age. Yeah,
like, they could still be in there. If you look at Vince Carter's old, Vince Carter's like my age.
And
still
Carmelo Anthony is still playing.
Yeah. It's like
it's
guys that are still
guys that are like his age group that are still playing.
Is Jamal Crawford still playing? I don't know. He might be.
Is he?
Because Crawford got to be like 39.
Yeah, he's older than me.
Like, Crawford got to be like near 40.
But you can still use his shooting.
Yeah.
You can use his scoring.
He's other than Lou Williams, I'll say Crawford's probably the greatest six man.
He is, other than Lou Williams.
Lou is probably the greatest six.
Yeah, he is.
GOAT as far as six man. Of all
Lou Williams
time.
is ridiculous.
Lou is the GOAT.
He's ridiculous.
Crawford's probably 2 as far as six.
Yeah. Because he still got that crossover. Jamal Crawford got that crossover still.
I wonder if he's still in the league. It seems like he is. He might just play for somebody that sucks, like Phoenix or somebody like that. That's probably who he's with.
Washington.
I'm going to look this up. Go ahead, I'm looking up Jamal Crawford.
Who he played for.
Who he played for. Shout out Charles.
No, but a couple weeks ago, it was Eddie Curry who had his story first that I read. And basically, Eddie...
What's it called again? The Players Tribune?
Players Tribune.
Okay, because I read both of those articles. I just saw because I follow a lot of NBA shit on Twitter
really
and shit,
stuff.
and they both came up in my feed.
Because Eddie Curry's story was basically saying about...
Because he became a punchline.
Yeah, and that's what he was talking about.
Which I even got in on those jokes. Because like Eddie Curry, especially after he left the Bulls, he pretty much became a joke.
He did, yeah.
And that's just... And my jokes really weren't directly at Eddie. It was more towards the Knicks. So Knicks ruin careers. That's what they do. And when he went to the Knicks, that's when that's when all the bullshit started. But there's a lot of other stuff that was going on in his personal life during his time with the Knicks. It wasn't just the Knicks' fault. So this time I can't just blame that on the Knicks. There's a lot of stuff going on around him. He just happened to be playing for the Knicks during that time.
And then he just talked about just the tragedy. Like, I mean, we've seen it on they did the reenactment on Fatal Attraction on
His baby mama
on TV One, where the mother of his children, two of his
Oh,
children.
and Jamal Crawford's not in the league. I
Okay.
can't find him. So there it is.
So she was murdered.
His buyouts. Somebody might pick him up for a playoff run.
Right.
Lakers could probably use him. They need some help.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But Eddie Curry, excuse me.
Crawford seems like he's doing okay. Another former Bull.
Yeah, his child's mother was murdered, and then his daughter was murdered also.
Yeah.
She
He
was
said
only,
his son was in the house.
yeah, his son saw when it happened or whatever, and then the fact that his son, because he was only like 3, so his son didn't know what was going on.
Trying to wake her up. Imagine like Khalil was like trying to wake.
So he didn't know what was going on. So like he just like went and laid on the bed with them because he figured that they're like sleeping. So then he just went and laid with them, and that's why initially when they came, they thought that he was harmed too. But then they realized that he wasn't, and he talked about that. He talked about how people, like, stole from him. Like,
people, some of his closest
friends. My, like the stealing, like the worst one that got me was when he said the person added their name on his life insurance policy. Who does that?
I think was that the same person that had the rubber stamp with his name on it. I think
because he was
they signing checks. They made a rubber stamp of his signature, like so they could
ridiculous.
So they could sign checks.
Well, I add so I could get, if something happened to you, I would get 10% of your estate if something happened to you. Why do you need to get 10% of my estate if something happens to me?
But broke folks think that all your problems are solved when you have money. Like, no, your problems just beginning when you have money.
Why do you need to do that? And then he
you
talked
have
about
a whole new set of problems that your money problems are done, but like all the
your day-to-day stuff, like I don't have to worry about this light bill getting paid or this mortgage getting paid.
Right. I don't have to, like, when I can just go shopping, I don't have to look at the price tag.
Right.
Just get like, I want that, I want that, I want that. You don't have to look at price tag. Those problems are gone, but it's a whole new set of problems.
It's a whole new set of problems. And then he also talked about the gay scandal that happened, and because like I vaguely remember that. And then when he started talking, I was like, oh yes, because people were trying to say that he was gay, but he wasn't gay, and it was just a lot. And when
sounds like what happened with Nick Cannon recently,
and when he says
Orlando Brown, and shit.
Yeah, and when he says
totally ridiculous.
And when he says the thing about, he was like, you have to realize at the end of the day, when people make these jokes, like, we're still people. So when you put out this stuff and, you think that you getting this for likes and this is a real person. This is a person with real feelings that you're dragging, you're trolling, you're trying to get your jokes in because you're a wannabe comedian or whatever the case may be. You're an influencer, whatever you call yourself. And then you do that, and then
is what I call you.
That's why I said that. I wish this was a video because that's why I did my air quotes, whatever you call yourself. And then you're actually doing this, and then somebody is going through a real moment, and you try to do you try to do it for likes, and then this person is actually going through pain. And then on Ben Gordon's side, I had no idea about this because I just knew
he had mental health
problems. I knew just bits and pieces because I remember when he got arrested. I remember that when he got arrested in New York.
Yeah.
I remember
Gordon, another one, like he's a guy who right after he left the Bulls, his career fell apart. His was in Detroit is when it started coming off the rails with him. And then he went to Charlotte, which careers really go to die. And I think Orlando was his last stop, I would say. But when he went to Detroit is when because once again, he was our sixth man in Chicago. And then he was a big part of that 7-game series with Boston.
Right.
In,
the Baby Bulls.
Yeah, Baby Bulls.
The Baby Bulls, yeah.
Like Rose gets a lot of credit, but Gordon was just as, if not more important in that series.
Gordon was, he was in there.
At the time,
it was a 1-2 punch.
I thought they got rid of the wrong guard. I thought they should have got rid of Captain Kirk then and kept Gordon. But a lot of people in Chicago, like, Kirk's our guy, like Captain Kirk. I'm like, I think Gordon is more valuable. Yeah. His scoring, so I think, and then they ended up getting rid of Kirk anyway. But yeah, I thought they got rid of the wrong guy because they could only keep one of them because they were trying to make the LeBron run a little bit later. So if we resign Gordon, we're not going to be able to have a max contract for LeBron and Wade and all of those guys.
Right.
Yeah, so, but I said trade Captain Kirk. Then that's your max slot. He wasn't Captain Kirk yet then, but I said if you have Rose, that's why I say you don't need Heinrich. That was my thing.
Right.
And you see Rose is a stud. Like Heinrich's days are numbered. Get rid of his ass. Gordon serves a purpose. He's just the energy, the scoring off the bench and all that. Yeah, but Heinrich, that's just like, oh, we want depth. It's like that's a luxury.
Yeah, you're doing too much.
That's my thing.
But Gordon, he talked about like, you know, when he got arrested, because he said that at one point he said every day he considered killing himself. And like, I never knew that. Like, he was like, every day he said he would go up to like pacing on the top of a roof looking down and consider killing himself. Every day he wanted to kill himself. And I'm like, oh my God, like, you just never know what someone is going through. And then he talked about how he got institutionalized, like how he got, you know, he got strapped down and
because he got mental health.
Yeah, because I remember like, when that happened, because they said that he was found with a gun. I remember when that story happened. They said they arrested him and he had the gun, and
like that was when he was trying to get back into the G League and all that.
Yeah, he had like a gun and he was like in his underwear, I think.
I think he tried to sign with the Windy City Bulls or something. It was like when he was trying to get back into the league, like through the G League, and then that's when all of that gun stuff happened. I remember that.
But just looking at him and him putting it out there and talking about, you know, I'm being transparent. I'm sharing about my mental illness. You know, like, get your mental health checked out, because he did the thing that, like we say as black people, you know, but oh, you don't need to be laying up, you don't need to be on no couch talking to no white people, talking to no white people, this and that, then wear a clipboard and talking to white people. Like, he talked about that.
That's some white people shit.
But
you just need Jesus.
Yeah, but it was really
Jesus. Pray white Jesus.
It was really
I love stepping on the white Jesus toes. People get so fired up over that.
It was really good though. It was really good seeing that though, just seeing him be transparent, because he's like, I'm hopefully changing or saving someone's life now. With me sharing my story, I'm helping somebody now. And that's all that you can do, like, as a person. Like, yes, like, you know, we may go through these trials, these tribulations, these messed up things may happen to us, but if your story can help someone so it doesn't happen to them, then that's a good feeling for you. Like, I share my story, and if it can help you, then good.
Hey, there it is. We're just about done, I believe.
Yeah.
Before I go, I just want to say rest in peace going out to the young Pop Smoke, murdered at 20 years old. Sad story there. And rest in peace going out to B. Smith, 70 years old. So, a couple of deaths that happened this week. Just Pop Smoke really was sad. 20 he'd even make it to the legal age. A kid in his own home. They say it was a setup too. That's the story.
It sounds like it was,
But there it is. I hate to end it on a sad note, but just had to acknowledge those two. And that's going to do it for Not Another Damn Podcast.
Yes.
Appreciate each and every one of you supporting us. You want to support us further, like our Facebook fan page, Not Another Damn Podcast. Do that. Also, subscribe, share, rate, review all over the damn place. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What's good, Tasha?
Hey, Tasha.
Tasha will be back on the podcast soon. Stay tuned. Also, you can check us out on your Amazon Alexa devices. And you can get us on YouTube. Audio only now, video coming soon, meaning eventually. And follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well. You can also follow OzRadio.net. That's where you can get your 90s. Well, you can get your current hits on OzRadio.net. That's a work in progress, just like the YouTube page. And OzRadio.net, the bomb for the 90s and 2K Classic. Send me the DM, and I'll send you the link for that one.
And you can check me out, MSIMAH626 on Instagram and on Twitter. Also, STR8GULLEY1 on Twitter. STR8GULLEY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs. And for your video production needs, check out straightgullyproductions.com.
There it is. I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
And we will talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm going.